Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone. This is Bhuvaneshwar uh, from CSC department. Like today, my topic. Mm, Today, we are discussing about uh, we are discussing about the topic from the tech talk, fundamentals of economics. Like, what is economics? Economics is the study of how we can best increase the country's wealth with resources resources that we have available to us. Like, this is the basic definition of economics: the study how we can best increase the country's wealth with the resources that we have available to us. Next, there are there is a benefit. What is a marginal benefit? Marginal benefit is an additional satisfaction or value one obtains from an activity or a product. Next, this is marginal cost. What is a marginal cost? Is an additional cost or sacrifice one makes of the participating in an activity or purchasing a product. These are the two basic definition of what is marginal benefit and what is marginal cost. Next, let us see economic decision making. You decide to participate in an activity, going to college, buying something, as long as you marginal benefit exceeds your marginal cost. Yeah, this is one of the basic thing. Next, there is the production possibilities curve. What is the production possibilities curve? The production possibilities curve represents outcomes or production combinations that can be produced with the given amount of resources. It means nothing. This is simple. The production possibilities curve represents outcomes, and it just represents the outcomes versus production combination. That's it. That can be produced with given amount of resources. Next is the production. This is the one of the example of production possible curves. You can see the roses and guns here. You can see a graph of my screen. Next, it is economic growth. What is economic growth? If an economy is operating at a point on the production possibilities curve, all resources are used and they are utilized as efficiently as possible. If economy is operating at a point on the production possibilities curve, all resources are utilized as efficiently as possible. Next, what is economic growth is caused by? As we can see, economic growth is like there will be many factors in economics can be get influenced, but the major one which you can think of is increase in resources. Suppose if you think if some resources in a country are very good, you can for sure you can expect the country have economic growth very easily. You can take an example of even the Indian Sri Lanka. Like the resources due to the poor management of resources and all these things, the Sri Lanka maintained the economic crisis, which leads to economy drop down, which further leads to an decrease in resources, and like it's in keep on continuous repeating cycle. So the increase in resources is must to take the steep curve of the economic growth. Next, advance in technology. As the technology is advancing day by day, technology plays a key role in economic growth. If you can see, if the countries which have good advanced technology will have a good economic growth. This is the possible. These are the two possible reasons which you can expect an economic growth. One is increase in resources. Next is advance in technology. Next, let us see our own personal PPC. If two possible outcomes in our own personal life are job endings and education credits, then our PPC looks follows. As you can see, our PPC on my graph which I showed on the screen. This is exactly what it looks like. Yeah, as you can see, college credits versus job endings. This is the possible we can think of possible PPC curve. Next, the three economic systems are. Let us see what are three economic systems. These are the only three economic systems systems which are following the world still now. The most will be the socialism, next the communism, next the capitalism. There are each advantage and disadvantages for each one. Let us three the what is capitalism, communism, and socialism mean even. Like what are the different policies which were adopted by each economic systems. Capitalism characteristics. What are the capitalism characteristics? The role of government is limited to most essential functions. Like in capitalism, it's all about the privatization, that's private and no involvement of government sectors in many things. The role of government is limited to the most essentials. All prices are determined in the free market. Like the other, not the government own diseases. Won't decide, won't have the hold over the price. Like the private, there is an advantage and disadvantage for this. The price can go up and price can go down, but it's completely depend on the how it's well been utilized. Next, it's communism characteristics. Government make here in the communism, it's quite opposite for the capitalism, where the capitalism mostly it will be privatized, but here government makes all the decisions regarding productions, prices and wages, interest rates and income distribution. The government even have authorities of even the interest rates of the money, like unless which we can't saw in the before capitalism. This is the main quite opposite things. Capitalism and communism are quite opposite things which you can see. You can take example of communism as China and Russia, where the governments have whole authority over the land, everything, labor, rent, interest rate and everything. Where communism, people have their own interest in the private like the people control the prices. Next, the socialism. This is the mixed economy. You can see this will be in kind of countries like India, which follows democracy. It's a mixed kind of economy. Most time our economic decisions are made by private sector, but role of government is significant. Government spending taxes are relatively high. This is the kind of government you get, which you can see in India. Even as I said, nothing is better, nothing is worse. Everything has its advantages and everything has its disadvantages. Next, economic growth and economic systems. Countries with the higher overall economic standards of living have free markets. Countries with highest economic standards of living have free markets, more elements of capitalism. Example: Hong Kong, the United States, Japan, Taiwan, the Great Britain, Canada, Sweden, South Korea, and Singapore. Now, let us the simple curve flow. Like let us see the simple curve flow. This is the simple curve flow. First, see, as you can see, first there will be supply of product, supply of labor and resources. Next, purchase of demand for the products. Next, product market. Next, resources input market. Yeah, supply of products, and next product market, next resources input market, next household, purpose of demand for products, supply of labor and resources, purchase of demand for labor and resources. This the varies between household and business. Like this is the main simple circular for how the economics will flow. Now see the supply of products. Even we start from foreign markets. You can see product markets and resource input market and supply of labor and resources, purchase of demand for labor and resources, household, service taxes and service taxes are correlated here, product of purchase of products, and this is all controlled by the foreign market. This is the slide government and the business and also how the government tax intermediate. This is how I explain the government tax intermediate. Here there is no, before that there is no government acting intermediate between. That's the difference between the capitalism and the communism and the social economics. The role of government which is going to take part. Yeah, this is the whole PPT which I thought of giving. I think so. let me conclude what we have discussed till now. First, yeah, first we define what is economy. I think as I know, yeah, first we can define what is economics and how it works and what are the whole thing about the whole interaction about the economics. Next we discuss marginal benefit and marginal cost again, and we discuss what is economic discussion making, how we are doing as long marginal benefit and exceeds the marginal cost and all these things. And next we discuss the production possibilities curve. A production possibility curve represents outcome of production communities and can produce with the given amount of resources in this all thing. Next we start the production possibility curve like PPC curve over here, the gun sources sources. Next we saw the economic growth. If an economic is operating at a point on the production possibilities curve, all resources are used and they are placed as efficiently as possible. This is the thing about the economic growth. Next we saw economic growth is caused by increase in resources, advance in technology. This thing. Next, what we saw our own personal PPC. If two possible outcomes in our own personal life are job earnings and education grades, then our PPC looks the follow like this. And next we saw three economic systems like capitalism, communism, and socialism. And next we saw the characteristics of capitalism characteristics, communism characteristics, and how they vary and what are the advantages and what are the in each and everything. This all we had thought of. And next we thought of economic growth and economic system, how countries with largest like these all things. Next the simple circular flow, supply of products, purchase of products market, resource input market, these all things. And in here we describe how this graph and this graph are varying. Yeah, I think so. I hope I thrown in some light on you, and I think so you have learned something from me, and I hope I insisted you some more points which you should not know. I think so you have enjoyed this PPT and video. Thank you for watching once again.